Alright, so I just installed a LOD uh, signature full-size bumper with a Warren VR Evo 10S winch. I like the bumper overall. The quality's nice. What I would say though is that LOD drops the ball when it comes to the hardware. In my case, they gave me pretty crappy hardware. This is actually 7/16 instead of half. And when you read through the instructions when you can find it, since they don't send the instructions on how to install this with the bumper, and their link on their website doesn't work right, so it takes you to the wrong bumper installation guide. They actually call out, like, use a 3/4 wrench, which is like a real 1/2 inch bolt. So what I did is I went to Tractor Supply and I got some hardware, 1/2 inch hardware, grade 8 instead of this grade 5 stuff that it came with. Inside it's pretty easy to reach all this stuff, but they didn't provision anything for the actual fog light wiring. So as you're trying to wire up your lights, you actually don't have anywhere you can attach the lights. So like you can see, I found like a little hole to plug it into. Try to make it tight a little bit, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on it. I don't know that I would buy this again. It took like 5 weeks to get here, 6 weeks or something like that. I am missing the skid plate. Not quite sure why they wouldn't include a skid plate, since this is a high-end bumper as far as price goes. This isn't a $400, $300 Amazon bumper. So yeah, if I was going to do this again, I would probably not go with it. Or I do like their rock sliders that I got, but again, they dropped the ball on the hardware. It's pretty chintzy, to the point where when you're tightening the bolts, the washers were actually folding in on themselves, which I think probably would have been the case here if I was using these smaller bolts, because the holes are actually too big for them. Until I switched to the 1/2 inch, and then that was a nice tight fit. The other thing I would note too is that this winch is all the way forward as far as it'll go, and the cabling is on my paint here. Plenty of room in the front though, where we, if we had the provisioning, could have kept those wires off. So I have to try to figure something out there, but I don't think there's much I can do. Alright, so that's my feedback on this winch, or bumper with the winch in it. Overall, it's alright. It's not bad enough that I wouldn't send it back, but if I was going to do it again, I'm not going to buy any more from LOD until they figure out how to provide good instructions and good hardware with their product.